Okay, so we've got here something that I have plenty of stories about. What have we got?
We have star fruit.
Star fruit. Okay, lovely, lovely, lovely fruit. Unless you've got bad kidneys.
Yeah, none of that.
Okay, tell us about your star fruit.
Sure. So this variety right here, star fruit, is called Carry. He's been in the ground now for about 2 years. I got this guy at probably Mimosa Nursery or Champa Nursery. I forget which one I got it at.
Okay.
There's a few star
They're
fruits.
around. You can find star fruit certainly around.
What's it called? This variety here is great. I love him just because he's sweet.
Okay.
Sweet fruit. I don't even cut it.
You just go for it.
I go for it. Sweet watery balloons.
That's very sweet. The name again?
This is Carry.
Carry, okay. Now the reason I mentioned about the kidneys, the thing about star fruit is you must understand they're filled with oxalic acid. This one is so sweet I can't even tell. But the oxalic acid tends in some people, not in everyone, on me, so I have to watch how much I eat. It causes kidney stones. So if you are susceptible to kidney stones, this is not a fruit that you want to eat. Other than that, these are wonderful. Gets its name from the shape. It is 5-sided,
Like
and if you cut that off, it looks like a little star. And if you slice them in this direction, these are wonderful to throw on salads, on fruit salads particularly, regular salads. I'm just surprised at how sweet this is with this amount of green on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing.
This one, this is super sweet. As the season prolongs, it'll actually get sweeter, and it won't have this green tint anymore. It'll just be orange.
Just orange.
Just orange, like a
and
bright
that's
orange.
when they are super sweet.
That's at the prime peak, and that'll be around December.
Yeah.
But this variety here, though, you start munching on it now, though, because like I said, it's not sour. It's sweet.
Yeah, no sourness at all. I'm surprised.
Like you said, great for fruit salads. The one behind you right there,
Wow.
the one that's like all green right now behind you over there, that's called flang tongue.
Here?
No, one tree over.
Oh, back. Oh, wow.
That's called flang tongue right there. Both these trees right here seem to have no problem fruiting by themselves. I just put them next to each other because everything here grows like a jungle. So, I figured I'll get more fruit if I put two right next to each other versus just one. It's working out for me. They grow super fast.
Yeah.
No pollination issues. I just water these guys once a week. That's it. No special treatment to them whatsoever.
Wow.
Super high production tree. But like you said though, like don't eat too many.
Don't eat too many, or you
the most I eat is like 5 per day. But
that would be considered too many.
But
for me, but what you have done with your garden is the kind of thing on a survival note. A person could come camp here and not have to bring any food. Okay, I have got 2 things here. We have got a friend of ours. This is Fang Lu. And Fang, you live where in Southern Cal?
In Burbank.
Burbank, okay. And we've got one more of these star fruit. And you had something to tell us that I thought rather interesting. Please.
So I have heard that the oxalic acid is more concentrated on the ridges of the fruit. So usually what we do in China is we cut those off before we eat them, so there'll be less of it.
So you do this?
Yes.
How much of it do you take? That
just
much?
a little bit.
A little bit more?
I don't know, just a little bit.
Just
less.
just the top
just
edge.
the tip. Yeah.
Okay. Now this is common in China to do this.
Yes.
The nice thing about what we do, we learn something every time we come out. So like that, in other words. And then less oxalic acid. Excellent. Here you go.
Thank you.
Okay, what have we here? This is not an Annona.
This is not. This is raw sapote, and as you see, we have 2 fruits right here forming. It was loaded with flowers. I had more fruitlets on it, but I took them off because this tree is a grafted tree, so it doesn't know it's grafted. So I really wanted to focus on its growth versus producing a lot of fruit this year. But I left 2 of them on there because I never had them and I wanted to try them.
See what they're like.
See what they're like.
I've heard good things about them. I've not tasted it.
Well, the ongoing joke is the guy Ross really knew his sapotes. But for what I was told though, it's not quite like canistil. It's better, it's moist, it's not dry.
Right.
I was told like a pumpkin-y spice kind of fruit, kind of, you know?
Okay.
Almost like a green sapote, like this tree right here that will produce green sapotes.
Okay.
But I was told this guy is way better right here.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
I got to that family. This is like the best one.
That's what I. Okay, we've got some passion fruit here, and looks a little different. Very meaty looking leaves and stems. What is this?
So this guy right here, he came from my friend Steve Treadwell.
Okay.
He got it from a friend in Brazil. This fruit here is quite unique. It's like I was told it's a Frederick cross with some yellow variety of passion fruit. So this guy here, the leaves look Frederick to me, but a little bit different. But it gets to be a 1 pound fruit.
1 pound.
Like almost a 1 pound fruit. Like,
so we're talking
about a big, and it's filled to the brim.
Yeah.
Like you get 1 fruit, that's like all you need for like 1 juice cup. Like,
yeah,
it's a big fruit. And what's it called? And the cool thing is it's yellow. It's not purple like a Frederick. It's
okay.
Like yellow, like a Hawaiian variety. Like.
So what first comes to my mind is, could it be crossed with quadrangularis, where you eat the rind in addition to the seed?
I don't think so, because this one you can't really eat the rind on it. It's just like a giant Frederick.
Okay.
Like a giant Frederick that's yellow and super sweet.
Yeah.
It's sweeter, I want to say, than the regular Frederick. And if you notice right now, it's also on a different flowering schedule.
Yeah. Yeah, I see some dead flowers. Here's one, another example.
Yeah.
So these have been gone for a while.
So my other passion fruits on either side, they're they're already fruiting and giving fruit.
There's one almost.
This guy right now is just starting to fruit right now, give out flowers, and the flowers will become fruit.
Well, we're in the middle of the jungle, and we've got a plant here that we do want to talk about. What is this?
This is a Yang Mei tree.
Yang Mei. Okay, we have seen these before. Do we know the variety?
I do not know the variety of this guy. So this guy right here is grafted onto the California rootstock, which is, I think, is like what is it? California. What is it? Fang.
Morella Californica.
Yeah. How do you say it?
Morella.
Morella Californica.
Californica.
So Morella Californica. I got the scion from my friend Steve Murray from over there from Murray Farms. He brought me a scion. He told me the chances of it taking is quite rare, because Steve will do like 20 grafts, 25 grafts, and maybe 1 will take, and then it might die off. So he gave me a scion. I got very lucky, and it took. And this guy, he's quite big.
Yeah.
He's fighting right now for the, what's it called, for that survival for the sunlight right now.
So I see that the scion is this far off the ground, and the rest of it is all Yang Mei.
Yeah, this is all Yang Mei. There's no
wow.
No what's it called?
Californica
down here.
Right.
This is all Yang Mei. I got very lucky when I grafted this guy.
How long ago?
Year and a half.
Would you please tell what Yang Mei is, so that those that have never heard of it, and that would be most of the people watching, have probably never heard of it, a little about it.
So, from what I was told, it's a fruit that grows in China, like by the base of what's it called, trees, base of the mountains kind of thing. It has a super high, it doesn't like it's sensitive something to pH levels, stuff like that. It's almost like a cherry kind of fruit. I hadn't had it myself. I was told it tastes very delicious, like a cherry pit. But Fang here might be able to describe it better than I can, because he's
No,
but
never tasted the fruit.
never tasted the fruit. But what Steve told me though, it's like a cherry, peach, different varieties will have different tastes. Some of them are sour, some of them are more sweet. Like I said, but cherry pit, quite unique looking tree, you know. But you know, it's just, to me, it's something I just planted here just because I just wanted to see if I can do it, you know.
And you did.
Yeah.
And you have. Now this looks like, is this a graft here?
That is a graft, yeah.
That didn't take, or a graft that is you're still waiting on?
No, it's a graft I'm still waiting on for the push. It's not dead.
Yeah.
What's it called? Bulldozer was, you know, going down here and he hit a branch off. So I decided just for fun to see if I could just, like, you know, graft it on there.
See if it'll graft
See if I could do it again and, you know, work this voodoo magic.
Very nice.
But I was told, like, they imported, you know, a few thousand. Steve Murray, he imported, like, you know, a few thousand of these trees.
Yeah, and
know.
only a few.
Only like 10 or 15 of them made it from, you know.
Yeah, from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked to Steve about his, and yeah, he's had issues with it. It's pretty warm, pretty dry there.
Yeah, it's pretty warm.
So you've got a lot more humidity. Maybe that might be a factor.
Yeah, mine seems to be growing. I don't know, how tall do you think that is right there? Like, I don't know,
at least 9 feet. Looks very happy where it's at, and your mulching system is working.
yeah, when I moved in, like I said, I dumped about 4 feet of mulch on everything before I planted everything. With Yang Mei here, I did notice that it grows faster if you give it high amounts of nitrogen.
Lots of nitrogen.
Give it lots of nitrogen. What I'm giving it right now is I go to Armstrong Nursery and get their 20-20-20, and about once a month I don't even measure it. I just get like that little spoonful that comes in the cup there and just toss it at it just to help it grow, you know, faster, because it does have to compete with all these other trees right here.
Yep.
You know, otherwise it'll just dwarf out.
So let me ask, we haven't asked about your irrigation system. Do you sprinkle? Do you water? Do you have...
I take the good old-fashioned hose and I walk around here and I water everything.
And you water everything by hand?
By hand, once a week.
Okay.
Takes me about an hour and a half. Now, I do have some few tidbits for growing papaya here.
Boy, this is a big papaya. And branches that are just now starting to come out from the side, and they're in flower and they're ready to start producing.
Correct.
What are you doing?
So actually with this tree right here, it usually has multiple branches. Then I cut them off. After I get the fruit from the branches, I cut them off and it'll grow new branches. Otherwise, like if you see right here, otherwise the branches get too tall and I can't get to the fruit.
Right.
You know, but but I don't cut this guy right here.
Yeah.
Because if I cut this guy right here up top right,
that's it. The goose that laid the golden egg.
That's correct.
Gone.
You'll get your root rot.
Okay.
So you have to cut the side branches when you don't want them anymore.
Yeah.
And I cut them too because this guy right here, he will produce a lot of arms.
Yeah.
This is like almost like a tree, not a papaya. And the reason I cut back summertime is because it will block too much light from the other plants. So I'll just cut some off after I get the fruit off. You know, maybe eat them green, maybe papaya salad and stuff like that. You know. Now the reason why this guy's growing so good is because of the prep work I did before I put him in the ground.
So what'd you do down there?
So I dug a hole, you know, and I put sand in it. A couple bags of sand. You can buy bags of sand for like $2 at Home Depot. Sand, and then I mixed it in, with some chicken manure. So 1 bag of chicken manure, about 4 bags of sand, and I put it in the ground. Okay, and now in the winter time, this is the important part, how you keep them alive. You don't water them. You don't need to. Papayas don't like cold and wet. It can survive cold, it can survive wet, but it can't survive cold and wet. You know,
Wow.
So this guy right here, his roots are like all over the yard. All over the yard. But the main roots right here is what you don't want to go root rot.
Yeah.
And that's why we put the sand in there to make it, you know,
Drain away faster. And you can't see it on the camera. The trunk of this tree down at the base is about this big around. It's huge. Phil, I have not seen this tree before. But I do notice that we've got some little red fruit on it, and I just picked this one up from the ground, a little red fruit, and it has an interesting smell, almost.
Here, don't eat that one. That one came from the ground. Here, take this nice picked one right there.
Okay.
Go ahead and try that.
It has a really nice sweet smell to it.
Oh yeah. This guy
Whoa.
has multiple names from all the way around the world. Some people call it Jamaican cherry or cotton candy fruit. I like the name cotton candy fruit because it tastes like cotton candy.
Yeah.
All the neighborhood kids love this tree.
Yeah, this is interesting flavor to it.
All right.
A little strawberry, a little cotton candy, a little something I'm not quite able to express in words.
But it tastes like candy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a Captain Crunch something or other. One of those fruit type cereals almost.
Mm-hmm.
And what is the name of this?
Jamaican cherry, cotton candy. It has many names for where you're from the world.
Do you know the botanic name?
Caliber Montega.
Okay. I understand that you can find these in some of the Asian markets. Is that where you found this, or?
No, I actually got this this guy here. I got him from my buddy Kevin.
Okay.
He gave me
our photographer
I'll bet. Right here.
Okay.
When he gave me this tree not too long ago, it was only how big was it, Kevin? I want to say like up to here.
About 5 feet tall.
About 5 feet tall.
How long ago?
It was summertime.
Summertime, a couple months.
Yep.
I don't think it was this fat though.
Amazing.
So this guy looks like, you know, it was like a stick about 5 feet tall. They grow super fast. I want to say they grow faster than moringa.
Wow. Wow,
and
amazing.
That guy there, right there, is another one right there, and that one there grew from a cutting from my buddy Frankie.
Really?
Yeah, so.
Just a little root hormone?
Just a little root hormone.
In the ground?
Yep, I was told the best way to grow this guy is to cut it, little root hormone, stick it in the ground.
Wow.
You don't water it, you don't do nothing.
Wow. I think the kids on your block are going to love this. If you can get any away from them, you'll love it too. This is wonderful.
Yeah, it's a great tasting tree. Like I said, this is one of those trees that have zero maintenance.
Yeah.
It's super high production. Just make sure you plant it in a space that it can really grow. Don't plant it on any power lines or anything like that. Because this tree will literally
take
off. Like,
now, how have you prepared the soil in it or fertilized it?
You don't need to with this tree at all. You just plant it.
And all of your wood chips, of course, are in there.
Yeah, all the wood chips are just in there. You know,
just run them up.
I put a ring there just so I could water it. It'd be easier to water. You know, that one doesn't even have a ring.
Wow, get one of these. So this is obviously a guava. What variety is this?
This is like a Mexican cream guava. As you can see, it's pink.
Oh,
pink
yeah.
Guava.
Okay.
Creamy.
So is this turns yellow or stays green?
This one here will turn a little bit more yellow. But
okay, so like a Beaumont. I mean, the Beaumont also is sort of this pink.
I just like it because it has great flavor. The seeds, like, they're not hard. They're soft. Like soft seeds. Softer, yeah.
Softer, yeah. I wouldn't say they're soft, but so the seeds are in this area, of course. And if you cut those out, you're going to lose a lot of flavor, but you also lose the hard little rock-like seeds. This is what most of the guava drinks are made from.
Yes. Yeah. I think everyone should grow a guava. There's zero maintenance. Don't do anything.
Yeah, don't do anything. They grow like crazy. A lot of people don't like the smell.
Really?
And other people love the smell. So it just depends. These plants can also become invasive because birds will eat them, as you can see in the back here. I don't know if we can get a shot of this, but back here you can see where birds have come in and have eaten that particular guava. and sitting around are some of the seeds, and a lot of the rest of these seeds will be ingested by the bird, which they will leave in your neighbor's yards, and in that way this plant spreads all over.
So if my neighbors are watching this, I expect a thank
They're
you
gonna
later.
they're gonna think something. Yeah. But that's how this plant actually extends itself around its origin. So Philippe, what is the name of this?
This is Diamond. I got it from Exotica Nursery in SD.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably my rarest of all my guavas. It's quite a unique guava. Like, I planted about 4 different guavas in one hole. This guy here, he's like an orange guava, and he'll turn golden, like a golden yellow orange. And then if the pollen gets crossed with my Malaysian red guava, something weird happens. It gets a pink swirl, like a red swirl inside the fruit.
Hard little seeds, be careful. Interesting taste.
Now the seeds are a little harder on this one because the fruit is smaller. As the fruit gets bigger, the seeds get softer.
Okay.
On this one. Let's see if we can
beautiful color
take a few
to it.
more here from the tree.
Beautiful color.
Here's a small one right here. It'll be like an orange.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's a small one, but I'm pretty sure I could find a bigger one up here somewhere. Super high production on this guy though, and I do mean super high production. Like my giant tortoise can't even eat all the fruit. That's why when you were feeding him a guava earlier on, like, he didn't even want it.
Turned his nose up at us.
And like hissed at you, right? He's like, yeah, I'll get my own.
Okay, I recognize this plant. This is one of my favorite fruit. Tell us what this is.
This is a Sapodilla plant, also known as Chico Sapote.
Chico Sapote. Okay.
Brown sugar fruit,
Yep.
whatever you want to call it.
Yep, that's very aptly named. That's what it tastes like.
So, yeah, this guy's one of my favorite fruits. It gets to be the size of a kiwi, maybe a little bit bigger. It's total dessert fruit, and it tastes like brown sugar. Like, it's just like a dessert brown sugar is, to me, it's like one of the best tasting fruits there is.
Kind of the consistency of a pear with a little bit of a crunch in the inside.
Yep.
Just a bit, but just like brown sugar. Yeah.
And different varieties will have different textures, like maybe some might have a little grit to them or something like that.
And here's one growing. I think we got a photo of that. And
they're growing all over. I got about like maybe 1 or 2 on each branch here.
Yeah, beautiful.
Now,
beautiful.
This is the first time this year this guy is flowering for me.
Okay.
Now, in the previous years, in the Vietnamese groups that I see on Facebook from my buddy James, which failed me, is the squeeze method. You know, they tell you to squeeze the flowers. It helps move the pollen around. That didn't work for me.
Okay.
They said to thin the leaves out, you know, produces that didn't work for me.
Okay.
So I'll tell you what did work for me. I planted another one right here next to this one.
Okay.
I know you can't see it, but there's 2 trees here.
Yeah, I can see it. Okay. Yes.
There's 2 trees here.
Yep.
And since I did that, this guy started flowering this year for the first time. So this guy's been in the ground for about a year, but it's the first time it's flower. This guy's been in the ground for about 2 years. It's been flowering, but no fruits.
And this year
I got fruits, and I believe it's because this guy here flowered, and it needed the cross pollination to set fruits. Because I'm getting fruits on both of them here, not just one tree.
Oh yeah,
Both
there's
trees.
fruit up here for sure. Yeah.
That's Murano, and this is Takale. So, in case you're wondering about the varieties, Murano and Takale do great for pollination for each other.
You're on your way.
So
wonderful. These are every home should have one of these. If it will grow in your area, really, this is a delightful fruit. Okay, Phil, this is one of my very most favorite fruit. Tell us all what this is.
this is a Surinam cherry.
Okay, and this particular one
This one here, the one that we're gonna be eating from is called a Black Star. That's the variety name.
Okay.
It's doesn't have that. Some people describe it as the red ones have a little bit of a gasoline taste after you eat them.
I call it turpentine.
Like a little turpentine taste.
Yeah.
You know, this one doesn't have that. This one's just a complete sweet variety.
Yep.
And there's just sugar bombs.
That's exactly the descriptor. A sugar bomb. These are sweet. They are a little bit less flavored than the red ones. And then there are so many varieties of these. Just delicious. Cheers, sir.
Cheers.
Cheers. There's no way to describe it except that little turpentine is not a bad flavor once you expect it. So the first time you eat it, you'll go, yeah, I don't think I like it. Eat about 2 or 3 of them. By the third one, you're ready to eat the rest of the tree.
Yeah, as you can see, this tree is super high productive.
Yeah.
And the best part is, there's no maintenance on this thing.
Yeah.
Like, it just does its thing. And I'll probably get like, off this tree alone right here, off this patch right here alone, I'll get a Home Depot bucket. Like,
Full.
at least full.
Absolutely. And you'll get that 3 or 4 times a year if you've got the right mulch sitting down below it. These are very productive trees.
Around here, I get about 5 to 6 times.
Wow. Wow. Exceptional.
And I have a few different varieties planted throughout all the garden here.
Okay.
I noticed too that they don't all flower at the same time. Like some like literally they have like ones. I have ones that have like a month or 2 delay. So like one will flower, and then the another one will flower.
Again,
and then
extending your season.
extending my season, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's always good to plant a few different varieties when you like something.
When you get that kind of quantity, you can juice them. You can turn them into a preserve or a jam or jelly, that kind of thing. You can throw them into any fruit mix that you want.
Yep.
These are wonderful fruit.
You just can't freeze them. The reason why they're not all over the place is because they don't ship well.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
if
When
you
they
want 'em,
that's ripe,
that's it.
You better eat them. You better eat them.
They got like a 1 to 3 day shelf life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got here's a little one that's sort of orange yellow, and that still needs to deepen in color. Once it does, ready to eat, just like the ones we picked off. Okay, Phil, we've saved the best, or one of the best, for last, and you have got mangoes. What variety have we here?
Oh well, this right here is called a Manila mango.
Okay.
Just so you guys know, Manila mangoes are the little small mangoes that you get at the store. When you grow them yourself, they're super sweet, and they're just awesome tasting mangoes. The ones at the store have no flavor. They're picked green so they can ship them to you, and they use gases and stuff to make them turn color and ripen.
Right.
No good. But if you grow them yourself, they're the best. Now Manila is an interesting variety. This is the best rootstock for us here in California.
That's what I hear.
So if you're gonna graft different mango varieties, you graft it onto this guy here. You get yourself one of these guys and you graft them. As you can see right here, here's a graft I did a few months ago.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know if you can see that right there, Kev. The grafting tape is still on there. Okay. And we're getting
you've got fruit.
And we're getting fruit on it already.
Amazing.
And this right here is called ice cream mango.
Okay.
In case you guys are wondering,
Yep.
But here's the fruit right here that we washed for you.
So now this is
that's the Manila.
Manila. Okay. Now normally we see the Manilas a yellow color.
A yellow color. This is a little bit picked a little early.
Okay.
But they turn a little more yellow. But for me, like, they're one of the best tasting mangoes. There's many tasting mango varieties out there that I graft all over. Manila is one of my favorites. Ice cream mango is one of my favorites. Cotton candy is one of my favorites. There's a Vietnamese mango called CAC. C-A-C.
C-A-C, yeah.
Oh, that one is just a marvelous mango. It has the taste. That's just awesome. It's quite not fibrous. It has almost like a slight carrot taste to me.
Oh,
like
really?
the carotene taste. Like, taste a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a real dark orange mango with like a green skin. Like, it's an ugly looking mango, but the inside is beautiful.
Now, one of my favorites is Nam Dak Mai.
No, is very good too.
Yeah, very tasty.
Mm-hmm.
There are over 300 different varieties of mango, and each one has its own unique taste, flavor, color, texture.
Yep.
Some are very fibrous. Typically this mango is not terribly fibrous. I hope I don't have to eat my words, although then again I might. So this is one way to serve a mango, is to cut it, and then you cut out the little chunks and drop them into your salad. The other is just to slurp them up. Another is to cut off the side like I did initially. When it's like this, take a small glass and just scoop it along the edge of this, and it all falls in one piece. So there's many ways to eat mangoes, and these are just a few. So I got to try this.
So what's the verdict?
I'm not going to pass up a green one again. That's pretty good. Sweet. I'm not finding any fiber at all in this.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, he's liking it.
I only regret I lost a piece. Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, but if anyone tells you you can't grow mangoes in California,
that's yeah, no.
Yeah, that's a straight out lie.
Yeah, straight out.
But my advice is to people though, is the rootstock really matters.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go and you buy these trees online, from Florida, they use a turpentine rootstock, which is a different variety than Manila.
Right.
Now that's for them, not for us.
Right.
That's
more for Florida.
That's more for Florida because they get a lot of rain and stuff like that,
right.
Versus we don't.
Right.
The best rootstock for us is Manila. So I recommend just going down to your local Home Depot or Lowe's, and then just get a Manila rootstock, plant it out, and then later on just graft onto it. Ask your friends, go to a CRFG meeting.
If you get scions,
get scions from a CRFG,
that's what you want to graft on.
And then just graft them on there. It's also a lot cheaper than paying, like a tree like this. If you buy it and ship it over here, it could be like $300 or something like that.
Yeah, very expensive.
Very expensive. This is the best way to do it, though, in my opinion. If you want to cut that guy open, I'm not sure if that guy's ready, but that's called the ice cream mango.
This is the ice cream. Okay. Now you all know I'd never say no to this kind of an offer. Here, cut this open. See if it's ready. Oh yeah.
I'm not sure. This is the first time we're cutting one open right now, so.
Wow, a little bit lighter yellow. I'm going to put that back in your hands. Oh, has a unique smell to it.
Oh yeah, it is a unique smell, huh?
Wow.
That's a strong aroma.
Yeah. Now I'm going to again cut it so that those of you can see. I'm just kind of at right angles for these cuts, a number of them down each side. And then when you go to open it, you just turn it sort of inside out. And if you have a longer knife, you can just go right underneath that, cut them out and put them on the plate or in a salad or whatever you're going to eat with it. Wow. This is delicious, very sweet. It's got a high note to it that I've never tasted before.
Oh wow, that is
It's different. It's different than anything I've I think I may need about 4 or 5 more of these to really give you an honest answer.
Yeah. That's unique. Camera guy's gonna like this guy.
Okay.
Man, it almost has like I want to say like a mango taste with white sapote.
A little. Yeah.
White sapote.
A little. Yeah. Yeah. Very unique taste. So pick up an ice cream mango. You'll see what we mean. take my word for it, that's a very interesting tasting mango.
Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna be right, but you know, with mangoes, the green skin and the color could be, you know, misleading.
Yeah,
you really
yeah.
just have to try it, you know, trial and error.
Very tasty.
Right?
Thank you
No
so
problem.
much. Thank you. In fact, Phil, thank you so much for today, all of the day, the tastings we have, looking at fruit that I've never seen before. A few of these I've heard of, never seen before. And your generosity today.
Yeah, no
we
problem, no problem.
really appreciate
It's my
it.
pleasure having you guys come out and film.
This has been just great.
Again, you guys are welcome to come back anytime, you know. Come back in between seasons of some of these fruits and you can try some more.
Sounds wonderful.
All right.
Thank you.
No
Thank
problem.
you, sir. We've come to that point again. I've got to tell you all, please get out there and like us on Facebook. Put a like on there right now. By all means, love us instead of liking us. We like that also. Make comments. Share this with your friends that also enjoy growing plants. We've learned some really new things being here with Phil and going through his yard. And by all means, on YouTube, subscribe. We appreciate every comment, everything that you share with us. It goes right to our hearts. We really do appreciate it. So until next time, this is Rick Yasayan and the crew, Kevin and John, and we'll see you next time.